Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over the new April Fool's event, which is taking place. A lot of people thought these images were fake for a while, but this in fact is going to be an event, as well as a bit of information going over the long distance rating and a few other things. So take a look at Shiny Toxicroak. I did edit this myself. I can't wait to get one of these. Now you can't find that in the wild, you're going to have to get a Croagunk, but a Pokemon that is evolved that you can find in the wild shiny is going to be Sudowoodo, as well as in the raids. Now we also have a new Gen 5 Pokemon, Stunfisk. So I know, kind of a weird name and a weird looking Pokemon, but it is going to have some great usability in the Great League. We're going to be going over that. But first, let's go ahead and go over the April Fool's event here. So it is going to be starting on April 1st at 8 a.m. until April 7th at 10 p.m. your local time, in which you're going to be able to find these Pokemon more frequently in the wild. That's going to be Haunter, Ghastly, Voltorb, Sudowoodo with a shiny potential, Apom, Croagunk, and Fungus, as well as a few others. There's going to be some field research tasks. I don't have my hands on those quite yet. You're also going to have Photobomb 5 times by Apom or Croagunk. I don't really want the Apom, definitely Croagunk, and as well as increased spawns for Ditto and different disguises. Now the Stunfisk is going to be somewhat of a rare spawn, and they do go on to say that it is going to not be hatching out of eggs after this event is over, so make sure you potentially hatch some of those 5-kilometer eggs somehow, some way. If you are stationary and unable to actually walk around, maybe you could potentially shake your phone around, and then you're going to have these other Pokemon spawning out of the 5-kilometer eggs, and then of course the Croagunk. And so we have a few photobombs here. Really can't wait for this. I really like Toxicroak, and I have been waiting a while for the shiny release of Croagunk, and I just got myself a bunch of incense. So this is all over Twitter, so if you think it's still fake, well, it's all over the place. Now let's go ahead and go over some of the information regarding the remote raiding. Now some people think that the doubled up radius to reach the raids and gyms is Niantic's final answer, in which that is absolutely not the case. So they have this information here that says the distance in which you can interact with gyms has been temporarily doubled, allowing you to be further from the gyms and other trainers as you challenge raid bosses. So temporarily changed. It is literally even in our news for Pokemon Go. The reason why I emphasize that is because I'm getting a ton of messages on the video that I did make going over how we're going to be able to potentially raid farther away from our house, right? Like Niantic stated, that this was their fix, which it's definitely not. So we also have these raids in which Sudowoodo will be making an appearance. So take note of that. We just may be getting those raiding from home deal happening soon. So we may want to, I don't know, pay attention to the raids now, right? Because that's going to be quite amazing. And hopefully it's going to be every gym that you've touched before. People bring up the point, well, what about the people who are new, who've never reached any gyms? Well, I don't know what Niantic's got up their sleeve for this whole thing. So yes, they would potentially be left out if they're brand new and have never touched a gym before. But otherwise, a lot of us have touched quite a few gyms. So we should have some sort of reach on what we're going to be able to raid in. Take a look. I did buy the Great Balls for 1 Pokecoin, so that is going to be available as well. So let's go ahead and look at Stunfisk here. Very interesting Pokemon, and it's absolutely not going to be useful for anything else but the Great League. It is going to be a ground and electric type, max EP 2162, attack 144, defense 171, and stamina 240. So, I mean, yep, just the Great League. But why it's so mysteriously awesome, you're going to see here, pretty much walls a lot of the meta. So it is going to be weak to grass, ground, ice, and water, resisting electric, flying, poison, rock, and steel. For the quick moves, we have Thunder Shock and Mud Shot. Really good there. For the charge moves, Discharge, Mud Bomb, and Muddy Water. So this is a spammy Pokemon 100% through and through. And that is going to be a good thing for it, especially when it comes down to the Pokemon that it can take down. Let's go ahead and take a look in the Great League. It is going to be ranked out at 25. So as you can see, the key matchups here going up against Registeel, Azumarill, Skarmory, Alola Marowak, and Haunter. And this is the Great League. Those are very much used Pokemon all the time. So this thing just might come up as a new hot commodity for sure. And it's pretty exciting too. So I'm definitely going to make one as soon as I don't know, maybe I should potentially wait for a good IV one, but nonetheless, I'm definitely going to be testing this out to see how it does personally perform on the field here. So it is calling for Mud Shot, and then Mud Bomb as well as Discharge. Yeah, that's pretty much the moveset that you're going to be wanting to run. We're going to do a few basic sims here, you know, even matchups, you know, head-on leads basically, and see how it does perform going up against specific Pokemon in shield scenarios. Against all of the meta, it doesn't look too hot, but that's okay. It is doing great up against the top meta Pokemon here. So going up against Azumarill, let's go ahead and start it off with Mud Shot, Mud Bomb, and Discharge. We're going to keep the same charge moves. It is going to be losing that matchup there because of those weaknesses that it does have to water and ice, unfortunately. And it is going to be able to pick up the win here with the Thunder Shock. All right, just barely though. These are very basic head-to-head matchups. Now up against a Registeel, let's see what's going on here. So we're on Thunder Shock, and it's able to beat it there in a 1-to-1 shield scenario. Now we're going to go ahead and switch up the quick move to see if it changes up the performance ever so slightly, and then we'll kind of switch up the shields as well. So it is going to be able to pick up that win as well. This is a 1-to-1 shield, even energy, and both shield bait in on either side, although the shield bait for these matchups don't really necessarily matter. And we're going to be taking a little loss there with no shields on the Stunfisk, as well as 1 shield on the Registeel. So we're going to do 2 shields to 1. We already know we're going to lose this. We just want to see what it looks like. So we're barely losing that one there with energy as well. Then moving it up to Thundershock in the 2 shield scenario on the Registeel side with 1 shield on our end. And we're still going to be losing that. So far, so good on this thing, right? I mean, one Pokemon can't do it all, right? Or can it? Going up against Skarmory here, this is going to be a winning scenario no matter what. I mean, if you're, you know, like at 25% health and they come in full Skarmory, yeah, you're probably going to lose that potentially. But in an even scenario, even with health down and no shields, Stunfisk runs over Skarmory. So you have your Skarmory counter right here, probably one of the best, other than like a Bastodon or, you know, Probopass or something like that. But the thing about it is Stunfisk is going to be resisting both the flying and the steel type because of the electric typing it does have, making it extremely good, so Skarmory can't touch it. Anyways, taking a look at Bastodon here. Let's go ahead and see what we have going on. Another tanky Pokemon. So in a 0 shield, no, let's switch it up. Let's go to 1-to-1. We're going with Thundershock first, and we're definitely winning that very hard here. So we're going to go ahead and, I mean, there's the bait. We're leaving it on. Like I just described, we don't really need to switch that up right now. So let's go ahead and switch up the quick move to Mud Shot here. And it's going to be definitely a harder win because, well, that's doing super effective damage. And now let's go ahead and put no shields on our end with 1 shield on the Bastodon. We're still winning very, very comfortably here up against it. So as you can see, this thing has a lot of potential, folks. So looking pretty good, quite amazing. And we're still winning in the 2 shield scenario on their end and 0 on ours. So hope you enjoyed this video, trainers. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And now what we're going to be taking a look at is, I asked you guys, do you want to see more footage of the moose and the kind of a little compilation of it interacting around my house? And you said yes, so here we go. This is basically a very young moose. I'll just give you the rundown. It's very hurt, as you can see on its foot. And it's not, I don't think it's aggressively trying to attack me, although you're going to see it charge in a little bit. Maybe it's just thinking it's playing. But it seemed like it really wanted my help, and it just kept coming around the house. I didn't feed it food. I did call Fish and Game, so hopefully they'll be able to take care of something for it. It is able to walk around and as well as kind of gallop, as you're going to see here in a moment, but it looks like it's in a lot of pain and almost begging for help. A few people were asking me to, you know, treat it myself, look up online and how to take care of a wild animal. But guys, this thing is young, but it's very strong. And if it gets scared when I touch its wound and it kicks me, I mean, game over for me. In the hospital, oh, please, that's the last place I want to be right now, you know? So, yeah, I mean, nothing I can do. Wild animal, it is very cute, and I do feel bad for it, but I'm not a vet or Fish and Game. So, anyways, just thought I'd throw this in here. I do believe we're just going to listen to myself talk, and it's just going to be a little bit more footage. And this is literally my front deck and then my backyard here in just a moment. So again, thank you for watching, traders. Enjoy the rest of the moose footage, and I do believe it charges me here. And there it goes. Yeah, so it's definitely okay, right? And then this day, all right, well, I'm just going to let you listen to the video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care and be safe. Oh, shit. Wow, this is the same moose, guys. I did not give it food. I don't want to open the doors. I feel like it's on my deck. Look at its hurt foot. Hoof. It literally, I don't know. You chased me. You remember that? I feel like it's going to try to push the door in. This is crazy. You going to just guard my door? I can't help you. Sorry. I better close the door. This thing is going to like become attached to me or something. I don't know what's going on. You clearly seen the hoof and it's hurting. Can't see through the people. I can though. It's still standing out there. This is what I get for talking to it earlier. All right, so this is gonna be like the moose vlogs. It seems like it's almost my pet at this point. I think it stays around this area because it's a generally wooded area I live in here, so you know, thank goodness that all that's going on here. I have all this space to, you know, a little bit of freedom, but then it's able to just roam around here without too much interference by cars or other people. Unless it's me, but as you can see, it looks completely relaxed while I'm this close talking to it. It literally came to my door for help, so I think I'll be okay. Plus, it's laying down, so I really want to help it, guys. A lot of you are saying, why don't you just help it? You know, look it up online, because no matter how gentle this is and young it looks, it's still strong and a wild animal. And the second I touch that wound, even though it may want my help, it may get, you know, nervous, or it may sting, and then it's going to kick me, or whatever the case may be, and I'm going to be the one who needs help. And the hospital is the last place I want to be. The sweetheart is so relaxed in the sun right now. Look at its eyes. Just so relaxed. It'll literally lay here for probably like several hours chewing the same thing. Well, my moose friend came back, and here they are. Better take off my jacket, because I can't be outside right now. Well, at least in my front door, because a visitor. It's the same one that's hurt. Take a look at that. I'm trying over here, guys. It's pretty young. This is gonna be, I don't even know, probably like the 6th time that they've come, not necessarily to my door, but they seem to hang around here because they don't want to go too far because of that injury. Huh. I got a screen right here, so it can't jump in anyways. I mean, if it was wide open, it probably may try to attempt to get in. I don't know. Hey. But it definitely wants help. It's young. That looks very painful. Haven't given it any food because we already know what happened then. Huh? How you doing today, huh? Not too good, huh? It's definitely in pain, but yeah, it's gonna go back to its spot. Looks like it's just been kind of like laying over there, and you can clearly see it can't very well walk too well. It's very young. going to show you what it looks like in the back here. So we go over here, we have the backyard. There's my plaque, by the way. And it has all this space, and then back there's more woods and a little bit more. Then there's a highway just beyond these trees here, and a nice trail. So it has a good amount of area to itself. That's good, at least. So it's a good thing that it can still walk, because if it couldn't really move around, they would definitely have to euthanize it. But since for now it's still able to walk, I mean, that's great. It's still able to eat, so hopefully it's going to be able to recover. Fish and Game has been contacted, so... Oh, little jewel there, hey? Gonna slightly close this a little more. This is my back deck. How you doing? Alright, I think that should be fine. Huh, how you doing? Well, it's pretty swollen. Looks pretty swollen. I wonder if that's broken. And I wonder how it happened. How did you do that? Look at, and compared to the other hoof, nice and slender, and then this one's very much so swollen. I mean, it's putting pressure on it to some degree, so... Potentially running across a street and hit by a car? Like, nicked it, but I don't see how they would get nicked in the front. It would more likely be in the back, right? What did you do?